Today, I'm going to share with you 5 ways that you can stand out in your community as a new real estate agent. I know when you're getting started, it seems very confusing and it's kind of frustrating because there's so many new real estate agents out there, and it just seems like everywhere you turn, everybody and their mother is a real estate agent. But that's just why it's ever more important to focus on those little things that's going to make you stand out against everybody else. Hey, what's going on? My name is Frank Kritzman with eXp Realty, and I teach tons of agents how to grow and expand and scale their businesses the modern way. So if you're a new agent and you want to partner with our record-breaking group that will give you tons of free mentoring and training and just help you along the way, make sure you go down the description, get my information, reach out to me, and we'll book a one-on-one call that I can help talk you through the process and let you know how it works. So now let's dive into those 5 things that's really going to help you stand out in your market against all the other real estate agents out there. Now, the first thing you want to do is find your niche. Now, this could be FSBOs or expireds, or this could be divorce, probate, all sorts of different things. There are tons of different niches that you can pick from. Basically, you just have to go and decide how are you going to structure your business. What's going to be your main thing that your business thrives on. It might be absentee owners or helping, maybe it's helping people who are relocating into the area and people who are transplanting in. Whatever that is, you just have to take a little bit of time and figure out what you're going to focus on. Finding your niche is very, very important because it's going to basically lay the foundation for all of the other steps. Instead of really not being known for anything, you kind of want to be known as that guy or that gal that does that one thing very, very well. It will help you to brand yourself and stand out in some kind of way in the beginning. Second thing you want to do is really focus on expanding your internet presence or your total online presence. Now, this is everything. There's so many things to go through, but you want to make sure your Google profile is updated. You want to go through on Realtor.com and make sure your Realtor.com profile is linked with your MLS account, because that's automatically going to pull you over. You never know, somebody might just Google your name and search, whoever, agent, Realtor.com, and they'll be able to see all your listings on there. But if you don't go in there and connect your MLS account to your Realtor.com profile, then they won't ever see any of that information. They might just see like a couple random transactions. So you have to go in there and do that. Another big part of expanding your online presence is, maybe you want to start a blog or start a YouTube channel. Like, I have a couple YouTube channels going right now that I'm pumping out a lot of content to. You want to make sure all your social media profiles are started up. You've got to get your Instagram going. I'm not a huge TikTok guy. I have one, but it's doing terribly. I only have like 100-something followers on there. Maybe you want to have some kind of email list where you shoot out maybe listings to everybody or just kind of home buyers tips, something like that. What you need to do is basically just start expanding your online presence, touching as many areas as you possibly can. You just want to try to be everywhere. Okay, so the third thing that you want to do is kind of with number 2, but it's going to be using those social media platforms to expand and grow. This is also going to tie into a little bit with step 1 and step 2 all together. Okay, so first one, you picked your niche and then you kind of went everywhere and you made sure that you were online on everything. Now your third one is using that social media presence and using that niche to expand and kind of get your name out there even more. For example, one thing that I was doing when I was getting started is I purposely wanted to have people think of me as the selling your home guy. I wanted people to think of, when they saw my name, like especially my sphere of influence, I wanted them to think of, when you're selling your house, I want my name to pop into your head. So when I was getting things going, I made sure I at least posted once per day. I think that's just kind of a general rule of thumb. You want to post once a day on your Facebook and your Instagram. But I made sure that I posted most of the time selling things, something to do with selling. I'm either going over to my listing, I'm putting up a sign in the yard, I'm fixing a sink at my listing, I'm maybe cleaning it up, doing something, but some kind of selling related activity. And maybe it was like 75% selling related activities to like 25% buying related activities. But I just wanted to make sure that most of the time people are going to see that selling stuff. And that was all purposeful and by design, so that at the end of the day, somebody sees me, I wanted to just subconsciously have that in their mind that I am the selling guy. Reason being is, say they're at work or they're hanging out with their friends or something, and somebody brings up that they're getting their house sold. I want the first thing that comes into their mind when somebody hears somebody say something about selling a house, I want them to think of me. Say, I know a guy, my friend Frank, he'll sell your house, he'll do a great job. But you want to make sure you're getting out there, using social media, you're very active on there. That's where people exist nowadays. If you go around just walking around looking at everybody's on their phone, everybody's looking on their Facebook feed and their Instagrams or whatever. You need to exist where other people are. You want to meet them in their space, and there's no better place than online on social media, because that's where they're all hanging out, and you can do it at scale. That's why that expanding with social media is just so important. Fourth thing you could do to stand out is sponsor some kind of community event. Now, you could really get excited with this. Say, for example, there's something that I've always wanted to do, but I just never had the opportunity to execute on it. I'm really big into working out and I like going to the gym. So I always thought it would be cool to have some sort of powerlifting workout competition that was like to raise money for charity. So you could do something like that, something fun that gets people involved. Maybe you could do a car show if you're really into cars. Just get a bunch of people to meet up. Doesn't necessarily have to be for charity. That would be cool if it was, but you could just all meet up as a group and just have fun and get together, talk, network. That's really what's going to take you to the next level, is just expanding that group of people who know you, like you, and trust you. But there's tons of other things you could do. You could do a food drive. You could sponsor a Little League baseball team. You could do so many other things. It just comes down to your imagination. All right, the fifth thing that you need to do to stand out, and this is very important, this is definitely the most important out of all of them, is actually be very client focused and just relationship focused. And here's what I mean by that. A lot of times when agents get the first client, they start doing work, it goes under contract, whatever, and they just kind of put it on the back burner and that's it. They did all that work to get the client and then they don't even really put in all that extra legwork. So what you want to do is just focus on going above and beyond. Once that first client comes through and you do get that client, you want to make sure you are putting in extra effort every day, every week, as much as you can to do everything possible to go above and beyond. You need to take every opportunity and every chance you get to make sure that person will remember you for life. And there's so many other agents out there that won't even try, and I've had brokers tell me, if a deal falls apart over $30, then the deal falls apart over $30. So it really doesn't take that much extra energy and effort to really make a difference and really have a big impact. I can't tell you how many times I've been over to a listing to try to get it clean on the closing day because it wasn't up to the buyer's satisfaction. You want to make sure you're always going through and taking the extra step, the extra mile, and doing everything you can to make that client happy. I even get pretty extreme at times. I will spend tons of my commission check just to make sure that the house gets closed if it'll make everybody happy. I personally don't have a problem spending some of the money that I'm going to get just to make that deal go through, because in my opinion, I would rather have some percentage of a commission check than no commission check at all if there's no closing. And say I do spend a little bit of money, everybody's happy. They're going to refer me to somebody else. So at the end of the day, I win even if I spend my whole check. Whatever you do, as long as you're walking your client through that process and you're making sure that they know you care about them, you're giving them regular check-ins, you're talking to them, walking them through that process, be very patient, let them be their emotional outlet to you. They're going to be frustrated. It's just going to happen. A big part of this job is just being able to accept that. Even if it's not your responsibility, just take the blame. Let them take out their frustration on you. I know it seems kind of crazy, but you just trust me on this. At the end of the day, even though it seems like they're frustrated at you, once you get to closing, they're going to be so happy with you as long as you maintain your cool throughout that transaction. Okay, so I kind of lied. I said there was 5 things, but there's really 6 things in today's video that's going to help you stand out from other real estate agents. And the 6th one is actually hugely important. And I see this all the time. I've ran into new agents tons of times who are hustling and they're trying hard and they're doing great things. But they don't have that guidance. They don't have that structure. And honestly, it's because of where they're at. Now, I'm not saying that a brokerage is just going to instantly turn you into a producing agent. That's just not going to happen. There are a lot of old school mentality brokerages out there that absolutely could possibly be holding you back. At least for me, my old brokerages did not have the strategic vision to kind of be where I wanted to be on the same playing field. They didn't have people that were trying what I'm doing. We didn't have people that were on YouTube, and we didn't have people that were making other Facebook shorts and doing Instagram reels and all sorts of stuff like that. We didn't have other people like that I could bounce my ideas off of. So once I got into a different brokerage and got under a group that not only provides me with a much more long-term passive growth potential, but now I'm in this group of over 1,000 people and we all get together. We're all doing the same things. We're all trying this real estate thing out the modern way and we're bouncing ideas off of each other. So if you're trying to do things the modern way, you're trying to scale, you're trying to use social media and nobody around you is doing the same things, they're just these agents that have been in the business for 17 plus years and they're saying, well, just call your sphere of influence over and over again. That just doesn't work. It's just not how it works like that. This is 2023. We need to get with the times and meet people where they're at. Nobody Nobody likes to answer their phone anymore. So if you're curious about doing things the modern way and getting smart and really learning and expanding and not being stifled by the other people around you and just getting in a place where you can grow and expand and double, triple your business, go down the description, get my information, and we'll book a one-on-one call, and I'll tell you how we can help you grow the modern way. So there's long-term growth potential and short-term, get your business going. I'll see you in the next one.